Hey y'all. So for this video, I actually want to do a bit of a mega haul. Not a mega haul, but you know what I mean? Got a little bit to share. So I have a couple things from Ulta, a couple things from, well, I guess more than a couple things from TJ Maxx, a handful of things from TJ Maxx, and also my Sephora summer sale for the Rouge Sephora sale. That, yeah. So I have a bunch of new products to try, and I will be trying them in upcoming videos. I want to do a get ready with me, like I talked about in my Allure beauty box unboxing, but I need to do this first so that I can actually try some of these products with you guys, but I want to show them to you while they're still like, you know, before I dig into them with my fingers or brushes or whatever else. I want to show you while they're still nice and new. So anyway, let's get started. So the first thing I'll do is my TJ Maxx. Typically on my lunch break, I like to go to Starbucks. They literally say hello Joy when I come in. That's how often I'm at the Starbucks. I go every day. I get myself a venti iced matcha latte and I sit outside and I enjoy YouTube videos. Sometimes I edit. Sometimes I will just be catching up on some of my favorites. It's my favorite way to spend, you know, my lunch break. But this time, right next to Starbucks is a TJ Maxx. So I typically just don't even walk in the door. But I was talking to Emma and we were talking about the Natural Lust palette, and I was like, maybe they have the Natural Lust palette. I wasn't sure if I was in the market for it. The one by Too Faced that just came out like a couple months ago. It was like crazy, but it's starting to pop up at TJ Maxx. So I was like, maybe. I was like, I'm not like a super neutral shadow person. I feel like I have enough neutrals, but I feel like I have enough of everything, really, to be honest with you. I should not be shopping. I was like, let me just go in, see if they have the Natural Lust palette, and I'll see if I like it. Well, they didn't have that, but they did have about $100 worth of other stuff that I really wanted, which always happens. So I didn't feel too bad about it. Like I said, I'm not going in every day on lunch again like I was when I was hauling TJ Maxx constantly. I just don't have a ton of space. I don't really have any space left for the most part in my drawers, unless I'm like trying to make space. So I need to be very thoughtful about what I purchase, and I'm trying to do that. I will get into what I found at TJ Maxx, which was pretty fabulous, I think. The first thing I found was the Highlight Palette by Lime Crime. This is their Opals selection, and there's a pink, a gold, and a peach highlighter in here, and it was $12.99. And then to show you guys kind of what it looks like, and I won't be swatching so much in this one, only because I have so many products to go over, it would take us forever. And I want to be able to swatch them when I do dedicated videos. Oh my God. This is the Highlight Palette by Lime Crime. In this palette, we have 3 pretty colored highlighters. We've got a pink, a gold, and a peach. I feel like all of these colors will look nice on my complexion, I hope. And I'm excited to tap into this. I've never tried a Lime Crime highlight before, so this will give me an opportunity to try it at a very, very good price. And I actually believe I saw some of these going on sale during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. I believe in their, like the sale that's ongoing throughout the entire time, like the great buys, not like the 50% off, but like the 30 or 40% off. So I think I did see these, but I did find it at TJ Maxx for $12.99, and you might as well. They had 2 different kinds. They had, I think, like a couple of these and then one other one that was like blue and purple. It's colors I wouldn't typically reach for. I have like 1 or 2 palettes that have some colorful highlighters. I think a Morphe one and the Aurora palette from ABH. So if I ever wanted to reach into a colorful highlighter, I have a couple to choose from. And as rare as I'm going to do it, I'd like to stick with the colors that are a little bit more wearable for me. The next thing I found was this NARS product. This is the Ibiza highlighter. And at first I wasn't sure if I was going to pick this up because it looked like it might be a little bit deep on my skin. But then when I thought about kind of keeping it a little bit closer to my bronzer line, I thought it might be really beautiful, like very sun-kissed. Also with NARS products, I tend to find that they are very buildable. They don't come out super pigmented or patchy. Like my bronzer is a bit patchy today, but it has been on my face for a few hours now. I thought this might be kind of a cool option. I do have it's like a white highlighter, so I figured even if I mix the two, or if this one, I think it'll be pretty on my skin. I'm sure it'll be fine. So then I also picked up this second NARS product. It's called a contour blush. I'm not really sure where they get blush out of it. It looks to me like a little mini contour palette. And I did talk to you guys about wanting to do a full face of NARS, so I thought this might be kind of nice to try with contour. This color does look very, very deep for my skin, but I think I can make it work. And it also comes with this lighter powder, so I figured even if I mix the two, you know, I wanted to give it a try for my little full face of NARS. So then the next product I got from TJ Maxx, it's another NARS product, and it is the Paradise Garage, and this is a velvet lip glide. So this one was a little bit more on the like lavender mauvey side, which I thought was, I am just noisy and a hot mess. Apologies. So this is like I thought a really pretty color, like a mauvey purpley tone. It just looked beautiful. And coming into fall, I think it'll be really pretty. So pick this up. They had a couple different ones, but I wanted to pick something that I didn't feel like I already had in my collection and something that I thought I would reach for. Those were all my NARS products. I also picked up the Anastasia Beverly Hills Powder Bronzer in Cappuccino. I don't actually have any bronzers by Anastasia, so again, if I did a full face, which I would like to do, I want to do like brand spotlights, or maybe it's not a full face, but it would be like as many of my products that I have to make a full face. I'd like to start trying to do some of that because I think it would be fun. You have the cute little packaging here, and then inside, this is a little bit more of a red tone bronzer, it looks like, but I have a lot of bronzers and I figured this one would be unique to my collection. And I do want to give her formula a try, and to do it at a price of TJ Maxx where it's only $11.99. I think that's definitely better than maybe spending $30 or $35, however much they cost, for a bronzer you may or may not like. So I figured this would be a good way for me to try it at a reduced cost, even if it is potentially a little bit, it looks like it might be a little deep, but it might be fine. Oh, and the Velvet Lip Glide from NARS was $7.99. The contour palette was $12.99, and the highlighter was $7.99. Then I have 3 more products to share with you. I got the Becca Afterglow palette. This was my most expensive product from TJ Maxx, or tied. This was tied for my most expensive product from TJ Maxx. So $19.99 for this Becca Afterglow Sunset palette. And this I thought would also be really great for travel. It's really pretty packaging, like a rose gold copper color, but inside you get a lot of great variety. So you basically get 2 blushes, a bronzer, and then 2 highlights. So even though the pans are a little bit smaller, and I do think I already have Flower Child and Snapdragon, I think I'm only missing like Nightingale. So these would be smaller sizes of fuller size blushes that I have, but I like both of those colors. I thought this would honestly be fantastic for traveling, and just to have your little bronzer right there, your highlights, your blushes, they're all very wearable. And I like the packaging. I like that it's compact, and I just thought this would be fantastic. I also picked up for $20, $19.99, I got this IT Confidence in a Compact. I love their Confidence in a Cream. I'd love to try their Confidence in an Eye Cream, which does occasionally go on sale. This is a full coverage solid super serum. So, and it's got 50 SPF. Just got a text message from my sister. We actually went to brunch today and had a really good talk. And of course, the place that she picked was right next to an Ulta, so got myself in some more trouble, but not too much trouble. I was actually really proud. I only spent like $29 and change at Ulta, which is like, that never happens. It's always like $150 or some crazy ridiculousness that I don't need to be doing, to be totally honest with you. It comes in this little compact. I have not even opened this yet, but you pull this little seal off, and the product is underneath. Firmly swirl brush or sponge into product to activate solid serum. So I think this is going to be like a cushion foundation. I do have a couple currently open, so I'm going to leave this one closed for now and try to get through some of those. I'm almost through my L'Oreal one. It seems like it's drying up a little bit, and that makes me so sad because it's like the best fail safe for like the days I have like 12 minutes to do my makeup before I have to leave for work. I'm like, oh my God, and grab the compact and just, it's so fast. With this, you just boom your brush right in the thing and right on your face. It takes me like under a minute to put on my foundation when I use that compact. So it's definitely a helpful tool. And I have a feeling that this one, it seems like it'll be a similar product, that it'll be convenient. I have not tried any of the IT Cosmetics face products. I know they tend to be full coverage. I tend to be medium coverage, but this might even be good for like certain areas if I wanted to maybe do a little bit more around this area. Foundation tends to break up on my nose, little cheek area here. I'm excited to try it, and it is for all skin types, and it's in the shade Light. So we'll give that a whirl. And it also came with a little sample of the Confidence in a Cream, which I love. And then we have one more product from TJ Maxx. It is another Lime Crime product. Sorry, I keep getting texts. And then we have the little mini Venus XS palette in solid gold. This was probably my favorite 4-pan Lime Crime palette I had seen, but I hadn't found it. I found like a kind of like mauve-y colored one, and I also found a gray colored one, and I like them both. But this one is the brown with like gold. So it seems like it'd be very wearable. I really like this transition color here. And I mean, that'd be perfect for your brows or inner corner. It just seems like a one and done palette. out of focus. Sometimes when you have smaller palettes, I feel like you can't always make a complete look, but where with this, I feel like you totally could and would and should. No. But it just seems like some colors I would reach for, a palette I get a lot of use out of, something that would also be great for traveling. Very happy to have found this. So that was everything from TJ Maxx. Maybe let's do Sephora next, because Ulta I just got today, and I'm pretty excited about the products I got from Ulta and from Sephora and from TJ Maxx, from everywhere. Just lots. The Sephora VIB Rouge sale, the summer save sale, I did a little bit of damage, not too much, not nearly as bad as the first one where I like, girl. This one was much smaller and more reasonable. But there were some products I was very tempted to try. I was very excited that they were 20% off. So I'm going to get into that now. So I picked up a bunch of foundations. The first of which is the new Fenty Beauty Hydrating Foundation. So I actually have her concealer, I have her setting powder, and I have the matte foundation, which I've never tried by itself. I've heard sad tales from dry skin girls with that foundation. I knew that was not for me, but I did have two foundations, the Laura Mercier, the glow one, and also my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk that I bought that specifically to mix with those, to both deepen the shade a little bit as well as give it a little bit better staying power. I think both of those are a little bit shiny on me. The Giorgio Armani one just needs a little bit more staying power, but the Laura Mercier I felt like was like a little bit shiny. That's actually the foundation I was wearing in my other Sephora VIB haul. So it's just very glowy. And so I felt like with the Fenty, I could maybe tone it down a little bit. So this is the hydrating one. I've heard very good things about this and I'm very excited to try it. Also does come in a little squeezy tube, but it has a pump on it as well. So have not tried any of these yet. I wanted to haul them with you guys first before I even opened them, got them messy and goopy and everything else. The next foundation I picked up was the new one from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I got the Fenty in shade 150, which is what I have in the matte version. This one I got in 220N. Come on now. And I'm in natural light today for the first time, actually. I always use my ring light, but I was like, you know what? It's such a pretty day out. I want to just use natural lighting. We've got the color here. It says big old foundation on the back, which I heard was supposed to help makeup artists to find it in their bag, but I don't know. The packaging reminds me of the NARS Radiant Foundation, I think it's called. Something like that, but like my favorite foundation, which I can't remember the name of right now, but I'm excited to try that. I've also heard really good things about the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. The next one I picked up was a Natasha Denona Face Glow foundation, and this one I got in shade 40 Light Medium Neutral. I did see one video on this. I can't recall her name off the top of my head right now, but this looked beautiful on her skin. I'll find out and link it. She did this Face Glow foundation by Natasha Denona, and it looked absolutely beautiful on her skin. I was like not even looking for this, and I was like, I've got to pick that up. That's the third of 4 foundations I picked up. Fourth of which was my very first, well, other than the little minis, my little mini lipsticks, my very first Pat McGrath anything. I didn't pick up the primer because I didn't hear the best things. I also didn't pick up setting powder because I didn't hear anything extraordinary about it. And I do have plenty of powders and I have plenty of primers. I'm in the midst of trying to finish some that are just permanently in my stash basket so I can get through them or decide to declutter them. One of which was the Angel Skin by NYX, which I almost decluttered. The last 2 days I've been using it because I was noticing so much breaking up on my face and all my foundation was coming off my nose of like the little Neutrogena Healthy Skin foundation. So I was like, let me try this Angel Skin. And it actually, I have it on today too. I really like it. I'm really glad I didn't declutter it. I didn't feel like I needed to get everything, but I did want to try the foundation. I heard this is light to medium coverage, which is right up my alley. I am not a big fan of like full coverage. I like my skin to look more like my skin. I don't want to look like I'm wearing a whole face of foundation. Not that I couldn't benefit from a fuller coverage, I'm sure. It's just not really my style. You know what I mean? I'm very excited to try this and excited to try this with some other products that I have in this little box. The next thing I got was the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Primer. I have heard wonderful things. I know Teresa is Dead swears by this, and I'm like, all right, girl, you have been talking about this primer for a minute now. I have got to try it. I do have her mattifying primer as well. Love me some Fenty Beauty. I also would love to do a full face of this, though I haven't heard the greatest things about her new brow product. Some people seem to like it, some people don't. So I know Samantha March had a little bit of an issue with it being a little patchy on her eyebrows. I believe Raw Beauty Christy tried it and she might have liked it. I can't totally recall. I figured it's not the time quite yet to pick it up. I'd rather see some more reviews on it and such, but everything I've tried from Fenty so far I've really liked. I have the bronzer, I have 2 highlights, I have a lip gloss, I have the powder, which I haven't tried yet, I have 2 foundations, I have a concealer. So I feel like I have enough to do like the products I have. That's hopefully forthcoming. Like I said, I have so much I want to film and I feel so inspired, so it makes me really happy. So the next thing I got was a couple things from good old Chartil, you know. Got the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, which we're going to revisit this in a bit, but this looked really beautiful. I really like the contour shade and the packaging is beautiful. So it comes in this little packaging here. My name is Joy and I totally get suckered in by packaging. I know a lot of us do, but this is beautiful and I really wanted to try it. The colors looked really pretty and I tend to go for colors like this for my nose. I love that Cover FX palette. I feel like this contour shade reminded me of that, which really drew me to it. We'll see. But anyway, the little sides slide off like so. And then you have this like a thing that folds out. It feels very special when you open it. And it's got little like, you know, this secret that silver screen sirens have kept to themselves for years. So anyway, this is what the compact looks like. This is a color I tend to like for my nose contour. It's just a little bit cooler toned and lighter. And I tend to really like this. And then you've got this really beautiful highlight. And I also have been really attracted to softer highlights recently. I've been like skipping highlighter a lot recently. And then when I have reached for it, I've been reaching for like softer ones. And I think mainly for work, because I'm not always trying to be like blinding going into work. So I was very excited that highlight was a little bit more subtle. I'm very excited to try some Charlotte Tilbury products. I only have a couple. A little bit at a time, I'm trying to build my collection up and, you know, because her products do tend to be a little bit pricey. I was excited to get them on sale. I have recently been tapping into, I had started to talk about this before my camera cut off and my lighting changed and everything else happened. I was talking about this week, I've been using this KKW Beauty palette, which has been around since like the beginning of my channel. There's a little mirror in here, but you get 2 highlights and then 2 face, like a bronzer and a contour. I believe this is the medium one. Yeah, this is the medium one. So I've been tapping into these for nose contour this week. I've just been blending the 2 and tapping it off. And then I've been going in and mixing these 2 highlighters, the pink and the gold. And this has been giving me much more of a subtle highlight. I have this on today on my nose and on this highlight part. I have the Too Faced Sweetheart bronzer on, probably a little too intensely today, but I didn't use this on my cheeks, but I did use it on my nose contour and then blended it out with powder. I've really been enjoying that. Anyway, and I've also on my eyes today, I was tapping into the Sipping Pretty palette by Kylie, and it looks like this. They actually have this at Ulta now. I purchased it last year on Black Friday. This was one of the very first things I bought that kick-started this like obsession I have now. Thanks, Kylie. I used these 2 palettes this week on my face, but this one, since it was an older one, I tried to reach for this. I don't know, like I keep putting my newer palettes off and keeping them in their boxes and then like reaching for my older palettes, which I guess is a good thing. It's because I want to try to like use up some of my products, but I really do like this. I also have her Take Me on Vacation palette, which I probably need to play with a little bit more, but I wasn't, like when I have used it, I haven't been that crazy about it. I feel like it is a little bit patchy, whereas this one I feel like is a much better quality. It is a more expensive palette, but things do go on sale and, you know, we'll get, you know, Ulta points and stuff like that, or sometimes she'll have sales on her website and such. So you may be able to find it. I believe this one was close to $60, but I got it, like I said, at like 30 something, I think, on Black Friday. So check out Black Friday too for both KKW and Kylie Cosmetics, because they do have some good deals. I pretty much use a lot of these warmer tones. This one here in the middle looks like it's like a regular little transition color. It came out such a bright coral on my eyes. See how like bright that is? Like the colors are really pigmented and beautiful. I really have loved the eye looks I've been coming up with this week. And I mean, even as I'm rubbing it off my arm, it's still there. So I mean, it has staying power. I definitely like this palette. This is what I would recommend. But back to the Sephora sale. So I picked up the Charlotte Tilbury. I picked up a couple other Charlotte Tilbury products. I currently only have her concealer and her contour wand. It's like a liquid contour. So now I have the powder, contour, and highlight. And I picked up, this is the Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. I did hear that the Flower Beauty powder is a dupe for this, but I wanted to try it anyway just because I've heard so many good things about its blurring properties and how it can just really make your skin look beautiful. Just just a regular little face powder. Working my way up with the Charlotte Tilbury products to a potential full face at some point. And I know she does have a new foundation out now, so I might pick that up. We'll see. The last Charlotte Tilbury product I picked up was the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I have heard so many good things about this. So I'm trying to be mindful about the stuff I'm picking up from her. I don't want to pick up everything. The stuff that I've heard really good things about or looks really interesting to me, I want to try. So this I've heard beautiful things about. I've heard you can wear this as basically a full foundation situation, like you can wear it all over your face. It is like more like a liquid highlighter. I've seen it put on under foundation, mixed with foundation. You can put it on top of foundation. It's just supposed to really make your skin look gorgeous. So I'm very excited to try this, and I feel like being more selective, especially with luxury products, because the drugstore has gotten so good with their products. It has to be worth the money to spend more when there's so many great options that are so affordable. So I'm trying to kind of try things that look really intriguing, that really kind of inspire me, that I think are going to really improve my makeup or add something unique to my collection. So anyway, that's all I got from Charlotte Tilbury. And then I have 3 palettes to share with you. I picked up, shout out to Miss Amanda on YouTube. She's fabulous. This is the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette. And she has spoken so highly of this that I was like, it is the time, girl. It is the time. And she said that she was very inspired for even the outer packaging was based on, I think, like a really beautiful image she found or something like that. It comes with a really cute little mirror and this beautiful, extremely wearable palette. She said she wanted to create something that you could also use some of these colors as like bronzers or highlights and eyeshadow. So this was her first palette. I've heard this is her best one. And she has that new one coming out that's like the galaxy themed one that looks beautiful. But I definitely want to try this, and I like that it comes in this little sleeve. It's very pretty. And then I got 2 other palettes, which I'm so excited about. I picked up the Melt Cosmetics Gemini palette. This is like so right up my alley. It's so grungy and chic and just like cool girl vibes. I love it. I'm not a cool girl. I am a super dork, but I'm sure that is not news to anybody. Comes with a mirror as well. So I love that there are some warmer tones. I've been obsessed with green eyeshadows lately. I mean, I haven't tapped into them yet because I wanted to keep them, you know, in new condition for my little video with you guys so you guys can see what they look like. But I have been dying to tap into these. I'm so excited to be hauling them so I can finally try them. Oh my God, please don't have broken. Okay, we're all right. We're all right. Whew. That scared me. Butterfingers McGurk over here. The other palette, the last palette I got, and the last thing I got from the Sephora sale was this Smoke Sessions, also by Melt Cosmetics. This is a pretty much green and gold palette that looked absolutely beautiful. So I think the 2 of these together as like sister palettes are going to be gorge. And this one I didn't drop, but the green is crumbling, this green right here. So I'm going to be very careful. But I've never touched these. This one I didn't drop, even though I have eyeshadow everywhere now. But I'm very excited to tap into those, do looks with them, let you guys know what I think. And I just think green is so beautiful. So that was everything from Sephora. We have one last store to check out. I can put all this away, and that is Ulta. Now, Ulta does have a 21 Days of Beauty sale starting tomorrow. So I was like, I wanted to make sure I didn't go too crazy today when I just managed to wander on in, like I'm known to do sometimes. The proximity was just too close. It was dangerously close proximity to Ulta today at lunch. But I am proud of myself that I was very selective. There was about, I don't know, there's always like $700-800 worth of stuff every time you walk in Ulta that you'd just love to pick up. I spent $29 in change. I don't feel too bad about that. First thing I picked up, I got 3 things from Ulta. So the first thing was this LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil. Jam Beauty, Miss Jessica always talks about how much she loves this brow pencil, so I wanted to try it. And this was only $5.99, so that's pretty cool. The next thing I got was on sale. I haven't bought anything from Makeup Revolution in a little bit, but this I could not pass up. It's typically $12. I got it on sale for $8.40. I didn't even know these were on sale. I got 2 things on sale I didn't even know were on sale, so that was awesome. Girl, what does this remind you of? I'll give you a minute. Tell me. It does not look like we might have a dupe. We might have a dupe. Not a packaging dupe, but a potential product dupe. We'll bring our little Charlotte Tilbury powder back out. We might just have a dupe on our hands. I'm not sure, but I'm so excited to try them out and let you guys know. Because this one I think is like $68 or something crazy. Now I didn't spend that because I got the 20% off. Hopefully it's a really good product. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet. But I swatched this in store and these are gorgeous. This highlight looked amazing. I'm really excited to try those. And I also think that like, it might be a nice palette to travel with in case you're afraid that your maybe pricier palettes might break something if it's a powder product, like God forbid, in travel. With this, it's not that expensive to replace it, so I wouldn't be as heartbroken. I would still be very sad, but not as sad. But $8.40 on sale. And I went today. Today is August 31st, so it's the last day of August. Tomorrow starts the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. This was on sale, normally $12, currently $8.40. I think it's gonna be a fun little potential dupe video. So we'll see, we'll see. The last thing I picked up, my typical Ulta, the one that's like 6 minutes from my house, I literally live within like 6 minutes of a TJ Maxx, a Sephora, and a Ulta, and a Sally Beauty, and about 10 minutes away from Marshall's. So it's like a landmine here. Where I went with my sister, we met at about a halfway point between our two homes. The Ulta was right there, and it's not that far from my house. Like, I'm like really excited. It was like maybe like 20 minutes away. They carry Juvia's Place, which my Ulta doesn't carry Juvia's Place in store. So I've seen all these palettes online a million times, and I've never been able to swatch them or see them. So I'm so excited to have an Ulta that's relatively close by that carries Juvia's Place. So while I was there, I picked this up. This is the Saharan Blush Palette Volume 2. Now, I only have a mini palette from Juvia's Place that I've never tried, and I have the Warrior palette, which I've tried to film twice, and both times I just deleted the videos because I couldn't get the shadow to work as well as I wanted to in the video. So I want to pull it for a shot in my stash and actually try it during the week when I'm getting ready for work, when I'm not worrying about filming or angles or anything, and just see if I can get it to work so that I can create a video with it. But this blush palette just was absolutely beautiful. So inside we have 6 nice size pans, and what really drew me in was this bee color. This is like what looks like a kind of purpley blush, which I have been in the market for. I might still pick up, there's like a Plumeria or something blush by Too Faced, the Tutti Frutti line that I swatched today that looks beautiful, because I feel like they go on sale often enough, I hope, that I can pick it up the next time it's on sale. And this was actually on sale. This is typically $18 and I got it for $13.50. So I was so excited. But this purple blush looked absolutely beautiful. I also like this like shimmery purple blush. And then you also have a nice kind of like a pinky melon color and then a brighter reddish orange color. So I think all of these blush shades would be beautiful. I'd love to wear any of them. You also get a bronzer over here, and then this looks to be like a highlight. So I think this is a really nice face palette for $13.50 on sale, even regular price $18. It's like $3 a shade at $18, and at $13.50 it's like $2 and some change per pan. So I thought that was a really good deal. Anyway, that is all my new makeup. That is a lot of stuff, but I am really excited. I feel like it was very curated. I feel like I picked up stuff that I'm genuinely excited about, genuinely can see myself using. Wasn't just a great brand on sale at TJ Maxx or this or that, and I felt triggered and had to get everything. And I was very proud of myself for all the things I didn't pick up today that I wanted to get. I hope you guys enjoyed this little haul, and I cannot wait to be back on here soon. I want to do a get ready with me like I mentioned quite a few times now, and I want to try some of these new products with you. I love y'all, and I'll talk to you real soon. All right, bye.